Good morning.
After that, because I was walking, about 7 o'clock, I was walking.
You see us down there?
I saw it, yeah. When I was walking.
The Anderstown Council meeting, which is the Thursday, July 16, 2020, 6 p.m. is now called to order. Ms. Anderson, could you do some invocation, please?
Let us stand, please. Humble, gracious God, we come before you, Lord, to say thank you for this opportunity that you have given us to do town business. We pray right now, here, Lord, that we conduct ourselves in a proper way and that we will do what's right for the town. In Jesus Christ's holy name we pray, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor McCleary,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Present.
Councilmember Anderson, Councilmember Lee, Councilmember Altman, Councilmember Stafford,
Present.
Councilmember Flagler. Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. We have 100% of the council is here. Council, we're going to question for an amendment adjustment, agenda adjustment, I should say, agenda adjustment to add Ms. Jackson. Some reason I have an oversight on Ms. Jackson. Is she available by phone? Okay, and so can I get a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we amend the agenda for tonight to add Ms. Jackson for the financial report.
It's been second, it's been moved and proper second that we add Ms. Jackson to the agenda, which will be the next item up. Any discussion? No discussion, ready for the vote?
Mayor McCleary,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lee,
Yes.
Councilmember Altman, Councilmember Stafford,
Yes.
Councilmember Flagler. Yes.
The motion carried. Ms. Jackson will follow this. So we have the one set of minutes. And council, what's your pleasure?
Now I make a motion that we approve of June 18, 2020 town council meeting minutes.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we accept the minutes for Thursday, June 18th, 2020, town council meeting. Any discussion? No discussion, ready for the vote?
Mayor McCleary,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lee,
Yes.
Councilmember Altman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stafford,
Yes.
Councilmember Flagler. Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, just real quick, our primary focus for the day obviously is to cover the finance piece of this and give the town and the council an update on our financial status, as well as to go into an executive session here to discuss contractual matters as it pertains to the Andrew Municipal Complex. And we have our contractors at GMK that will walk us through that process, and then followed up by a staff presentation again to go into the depth of the contract and the process. So that's going to take place in executive session, and obviously for our audience, that session will be closed. There's no decision to be made. This is just informing the council on the details in the process for this project. So just want to help everybody understand that. And so next item is Mrs. Jackson.
Good evening. I hope everyone can hear me. If not, excuse me?
We got you.
Okay. I hope you have your reports in front of you for the year ended June 30th, 2020. And since we are at the end of the fiscal year, our expected percent should be at 100%. If we flip over to page 2, that's our general fund revenues. Overall, your tax revenues were at almost 1.4 million. They are $97,000 over budget. Just almost every category exceeded the budget except for just a couple of the smaller items. Line 4021, business licenses, were under budget by $4,121, but some of those will probably be collected in the current month. Line 1380, near the bottom of the page, solid waste and sanitation fees were at $250,348, which exceeded our budget of $243,000 by $7,348. Flipping over to the next page, you'll see that the budgets for the general fund revenues for the year were $2,056,000.
So, Ms. Jackson, I just want to make sure we're clear enough so we can understand, our audience understand, this is revenue collected that was over what we anticipated.
Yes,
Okay, not under budget, okay,
over, yes.
yes, okay, continue, please.
I made my presentation brief tonight because I know you have a full meeting, but if you have any questions on anything I don't hit, just let me know. I'm just going to hit a couple of the larger items that occurred during the month. On page 9, the fire department. Line number 6312, under professional and technical for your fire calls. The second semi-annual payment were made to your volunteer firemen. That did put us over our budget of $25,000 by $6,440. Then on page 14, water and sewer. Your water revenues in total were at $814,000, which exceeded your budget of $749,000 by about $64,000. Your sewer revenues were a total of $799,610, which exceeded the budget of $779,000 by about $21,000. And you can look at the various expense line items. You had some categories that are over budget, but the majority of them are under budget. And for the year, on the cash basis, you have an excess of $106,000 with water and sewer. That was all I had, but like I said, if there's anything else that you notice that you have a question about, I'll be happy to try to answer that.
Great, Councilman Lee.
Ms. Jackson, you said we got $106,000 access?
Excess, yes.
Well, I ain't got no more questions, but just keep using that last word, I like that.
Hey, Ms. Jackson, what I want to do is we'll sit down and walk through this again, just to recap last year, to see where those things were they obviously wasn't anticipated, and so how we can now again adjust the budget so we can be closer to the target. And we just want to know what has it out of balance like that. And it's on the good side, but again, just need to know a little bit more details about these specific line items.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said later on, I would like to discuss some of the ones that were over. I know we exceeded, it's in the positive, but I would like to know, was there oversight or someone expected? Where did that revenue come from? Budget amendment? Okay,
yes.
Budget amendment, got it. Disregard.
Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, we'll soon have to put that back in, yes, for those projects. Okay, tracking. Any questions from Ms. Jackson? On my agenda. Okay, no questions from Ms. Jackson. We'll go ahead and move on to the next agenda, which we will move into the executive session. And council, can I get a motion, please?
Yeah, I make a motion, we go into executive session.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and properly second that we move into executive session.
Yeah, I was planning on skipping.
Are there any questions?
On the agenda, it's not showing that.
Yeah, the introduction is going to be, we can't do any contractual discussion outside of the executive session. But what we will do for this piece before it's laid out, we will do an introduction before we go in of GMK, and then we'll go into the session. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the approach is. All right, we'd like Mr. Brian Brown to come forward, please.
Thank y'all for having us tonight. I'm Brian Brown with GMK Associates, and with me is Tripp Register. He's your program manager and project manager. Ryan McCormick is the director of our design build services. And Jerome Simons is your architect. He's the one that designed it all, so. And we're glad to be here tonight. So that's the team, and then you want me to stop there? Or?
Yes, sir, then we'll go ahead and move into discussion. Okay, so we have a motion to properly second and moving into executive session to discuss contractual matters. Any discussion? No discussion, ready for the vote?
Mayor McClary,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lee,
Yes.
Councilmember Altman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stanford, Councilmember Flagler.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. And give us a chance to drop off line.